Welcome to the channel. This is your host, Flame Warlock. Today, we're reviewing the episode 191 of Boruto. After Kawaki escapes the lab, we can see Kawaki wandering around the streets of Konoha searching for some food. It's very clear that Kawaki is still under the influence of Jigen. His main goal through the episode is escaping from Jigen. He's completely terrified and traumatized. We can clearly see the amount of influence that Jigen have over Kawaki. That just goes to show that Jigen gives zero fucks. He didn't mind taking a kid from his parent and abuse the kid and do whatever he wants. Back to Kawaki's search for food. Kawaki ends up wandering in the streets of Konoha, going through trash and all sort of shit, searching for food. On his way to find some food on the floor, Kawaki ends up meeting a street dog that is also hungry and is looking for food. Kawaki and the dog have some type of exchange, but then Kawaki ends up giving the piece of bread to the dog. That just goes to show that Kawaki is not a bad person and is just a confused kid. After that interaction with the dog, that same street dog went to help Kawaki. He brought him some food, but with him, he also came the guy that sells the food. He was furious and mad at the dog for stealing, and he was just throwing knives at the dog. Kawaki didn't like what he saw and he threatened the guy. That guy was a complete piece of shit. The dog stole from his shop and he ended up hurting the dog with his knives. With all that confusion, Sumire ends up finding Kawaki and the dog, the injured dog. So they both help the dog by healing the dog with Sumire's medication. As we all know, Kawaki once again, he wasn't happy to see Sumire and the dog or Nue that beat him before. So he wasn't too comfortable with her around, but after a little exchange, they both came to the conclusion that they were really similar. At this point of the episode, we was all like, well, what can go wrong? And then things went wrong. Sumire tried to help Kawaki by injecting him with some supplements. Kawaki, I'm very sure he doesn't like needles too much because of all the experiments that Jigen and Amado been running through him all these years. He start panicking and he just get triggered. Kawaki immediately attacks Sumire's neck and things get out of proportion. Our faithful pet, Nue, once again, he wanted to rip off Kawaki's head, but Sumire was like, chill. So Nue, he attacked Kawaki, but he wasn't as aggressive as last time. With that in mind, Boruto's team catch up to Sumire, and they all try to stop Kawaki from hurting Sumire. Kawaki, because he doesn't mind about what's happening, he just knocked up Sumire and Nue at the same time. With that, Konoha Task Force comes around, and they all surround Kawaki, trying to subjugate him. Kawaki, in a very savage way, he starts slapping the shit out of the Konoha force. More members of the Konoha force come around and they all surround Kawaki. They all said to Kawaki to chill out, but Kawaki was like, bitch please, and he ended up being attacked by the Konoha force. They all start firing some fire jutsu on him and he gave zero fucks. He activated his karma and immediately counterattack. In the middle of that counterattack, Kawaki was almost hitting an innocent kid, but he deflected his attack, and that's when the Hokage Kurama Naruto ends up intervening, stopping all that bullshit that Kawaki was doing. When Naruto arrived, Kawaki was already too drained from all that fighting and running, so he just passed out, and that's how we conclude the episode. Overall, I must say, it was a good episode. We learned a few things in this episode, such as how good of a kid Kawaki is, how his environment where he grew up stopped him from trusting people and to be more open in terms of relationship with adults and kids of his age. We learned that Sumire and Kawaki, they're very, very similar with each other. We also understood how deep of a strong sense Naruto have to raise Kawaki and to show him a better path, something that Kawaki never had the chance to. And yeah, that concludes the episode. Don't forget to subscribe, share and like. This is your host, Flame Warlock. I see you guys in the next episode. Bye.